it's me, Maya. I am at home in my room and I am doing this little, I suppose you would call it a blog or a video log or vlog or something, because I always get quite nervous in front of the camera, and since I'm very often filming people and sometimes they want to turn that around, I thought, you know, I should really try and practice just talking on camera and being able to speak and form semi-coherent thoughts, even if I don't normally do that in real life. Nice skill to have. So I thought, well, I can practice this, and then, you know, I can not show it to anyone, or possibly even show it to someone just to really test my confidence. Yes, as you can see, I am at home. It is semi-dark in my room. I have a lamp on. I could turn on the big light, but I don't really feel like it. Anyway, let's see. It is Thursday, 17/28, aka about 5:30. And what's the date? Oh, it's July. I don't even know what month it is. It's July the 10th today, and I've been in school I've been back in classes for 4 days now. Midwinter. We've had one of the coldest weeks I've ever had in Wellington. It actually went down to 1 degree Celsius last night, and there was frost on the ground this morning, which I've hardly ever seen in Wellington. But today was much nicer and warmer. I actually went out without a jacket, only wearing 3 layers, which is shocking. And yes, I can tell you about my classes. My new classes, which I have. One is children's literature, which when I first heard about this class that was being offered last year, I thought, oh, children's literature, what's that, like studying picture books or something? I thought, well, I don't really want to do that. And then I found out that they're doing like all the fantasy series, the children's fantasy series, except, of course, Harry Potter. Oh my god, if they were offering a class in Harry Potter, it would be absolute madness. They wouldn't be able to, you know, they'd have to offer like 3 classes, or they'd have to be, you know, doing applications so that they could turn people away and stuff. So they don't do Harry Potter. I suppose if they did, they'd have to have like, that would be the whole course text list. But we do all the Narnia books, which is great because I've already read all of those, of course, a million times. And we do the Philip Pullman, his Dark Materials trilogy, which I've also read many times. And we do the Earthsea Quintet by Ursula Le Guin, which I've just read the first one of that, and I really liked it. It's a really different, very, very different style of writing. It's quite impersonal. You're not really in the head of the character. It sort of reminded me also more of a Tolkien style. Not quite as dense as Tolkien, but in that way of just sort of meandering alongside the story almost, rather than getting inside it or something. Anyway. But it was good. It took me kind of a while. It's one of those books where you have to sort of read and then take a break. But suddenly I just got conscious of time and it made me nervous, but I'm just going to ignore it. I can delete this if I want. And the other series that we're doing is Maurice G's O trilogy, which is the Halfmen of O, the Priests of Ferris, and Motherstone. And Maurice G is quite a famous New Zealand writer, and I haven't read any of the books yet, but they sound good. I mean, they wouldn't have assigned them if they weren't good, and they seem to be quite popular, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm just noticing that my accent is doing that weird thing that it does when I am a bit nervous and I'm trying to sound all sort of, I don't know. Well, this is the voice that I talk to Kiwis in mostly, so that they won't go, oh, you're American. Yeah, I could try to talk more American-y, but I'm just gonna let it fall however it will. Yeah, so what's the other thing to talk about? Oh yes, my other classes. I can move on. The other two classes, I actually have the same lecturer for both of them, and they're both 300 level film classes. One is Fem Film, talking about women in film and feminist theory in film, which I'm not a great lover of theories of any sort, but as Delaney says, I hate people who love theory. But yeah, it should be alright, it should be kind of interesting. And then script writing, which is the first proper practical course I've ever had in film, and we actually have to write scripts, properly write scripts, and I'm kind of nervous about that. And I had a bit of a drama today, or actually last night, because we had our first class on Tuesday, and she gave us this assignment that she gave us a piece of text, which is a prologue for a story, that we were supposed to convert into script format, just so that we could really just sort of dive right in and deal with the formatting issues right off the bat without having to worry about coming up with content. So it was just, you know, a short sort of adaptation exercise. And I left that class with the understanding that we were supposed to sort of think about it for the next class on today. But then on Wednesday, I had her again for Fem Film, and she was talking to me and another girl who was also in script writing, and I got the impression that actually it was due today. And I thought, oh shit, I was gonna go home and watch The Music Man with Richard, and that's not really gonna happen. And so I texted him and said, sorry, can't do it, gotta write a script. Came home, busted it out, and we just did the best that I could, not really knowing what the hell I was doing, and got it done. Was really proud of myself. Got up early, went to school early, was gonna print it out, had a crisis because there was no money on my account to do any printing, had to run over to the library and wait in the queue, and finally get up there and get the guy to top up my account, and finally got it printed off, and then got to class late and found out that it was due next week, the following Thursday. And of course Desiree knew that I had done it early, because I had been so proud of myself. I posted on Facebook that I've done my homework and I'd done my script, and so she said, oh my, you've already done it, haven't you? And then everyone knew, and the teacher took the mickey out of me a bit, but it was fun. It was good. And the teacher herself, she's American, she's New Zealand resident and everything, she's been here a long time. She's a bit odd. She's a bit different. She's not a particularly exciting teacher. But she's very thorough. And yeah, I don't know if it's working. It just turned off. I don't know if it thought that I had forgotten about it, or if it was actually turning off. It ran out or something. Oh, it wasn't doing that before, was it? Was it doing that before? Anyway, I'm not sure. I was talking about the teacher. Anyway, the general consensus is that she's a bit odd, but we like her. So I'm just gonna wrap up because I'm not even sure if this is working. Bye!